Hello.
How do you define yourself in the crowd? The MBTI type, your career, education experience, your gender, or your mindset? When each era seems constantly elaborating the categories to label their generation, we couldn't help but wonder, what else do we have to describe the certain state that we are being through in the fast and vast world? Or perhaps, can we choose to stay hidden and mysteries under the eyes of AI?
Growing up isn't easy for everyone. Some people seem to break through it, maybe because they find strength in letting go. For others, it's in the small, subtle moments, like adding water to your shampoo bottle to make it last a bit longer, that you realize you're becoming an adult. But those moments pass quickly as time flies.
You embark on your chosen path, face failures, share laughters, make friends, make mistakes, get promotions, lose loved ones, and before you know it feels like there's no space to document your ideas, your passions, or all those fantasies you think no one will ever care about. Well, we want to know what you believe. Whether it's something bright, weird, or hilarious, we strive to avoid the cliche and get closer to the real you by creating a corner for genuine involvement. And we are excited to see the chemistry between the East and the West flourish among the adventures.
Gonna call all the shots for the notes and the nods because I wanna.
Coming up next from Western China International Communication Organization presents you Inside Chinese Gen Z, live streaming every month. We'll dive into topics like consumption, culture, lifestyle, music, trends, memes, anything you care about. Plus, we'll connect with content creators online to amplify your voices. Stay tuned with Jessy and Julius. Subscribe our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and podcasts. Your supporting really helps us bring more diverse and rich content your way. Seriously, are you gonna catch up or what? Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello, and welcome to our second episode of Inside Chinese Gen Z. I'm your host, Julius.
And I'm Jessy.
Yeah, and today we are gonna take you an incredible culture journey into the Chinese traditional culture. So today, we're gonna lead you through these decades to find out why and how the Chinese culture become more and more popular around the internet and the social media platform recently, and lead you to dive into this cultural world and tell you how this influenced the whole world and all around the world.
Yes, and for all of the audience, it's like since our last live stream was like end of July, so we were saying it's like been 2 months for us to getting back to this show. So it's really exciting. And now we are like the end of September, but we still feel the summer heat right now,
Yes.
as you can see here. Yeah.
I'm sweating. So before we start, we'd like to thank our sponsors. But actually, our biggest sponsor is you guys in front of your screens and phones and laptops. Thank you. Without your support, we can make this come true. So it's all for you about this second episode. So and thanks WCICO, Western China International Communication Organization, for providing us this precious opportunity to doing this live stream. And thank you, Reportify Media, for provide all of this equipment. Thank you, Alex, for your kindly guidance and instruction. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And the most thanks, Nicola Hotel Chongqing, for providing such a great place for us to doing the live stream.
Right.
As you can see, this is the best sky lounge I've ever seen. You can see almost all the landmarks of Chongqing in this hotel. You can see the Raffles City, you can see the theater, you can see the Hongya Cave, you can see actually the Golden Eagle, the Sheraton Hotel. Wow, it's actually I never been to a place like this. If you visit Chongqing for business trip or for travel, be sure to go hit this hotel. It won't let you down actually.
Yeah.
So just came to the Nicola Hotel. Wow, it's so good. So
We have some comments, our old friends.
wow,
Yeah, I think
So
it's
quick.
because the timing is really perfect in North America region. And we have Tom, we have Ken Uyghur, our old friend.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he was the first one to left a comment in your first episode of our live stream.
so nice.
Yeah, he said he was born in 1952.
Baby boomer, yeah.
He's also a gamer.
Yeah.
So
So-
say hi to our friends here.
Hello, so nice to see you guys. And without your support and subscription and follow, we can't make this come true. So hope you like it today's show.
Yeah.
So Jesse, would you like to share something interesting? So I'm gonna first start with some classic weather topic today, right? So you can see I'm just sweating right now because this sun. But I tell you what, today is much cooler than the weeks before. About Chongqing has 40 Celsius centigrades before this week. So about 104 Fahrenheit. How can you imagine how hot is that day? So I can tell you that I just sweat. I just sit there and sweating all myself. Wow, you can see when I sit in my car, it's about 62 centigrades. Wow, it's just boiling me. Boiling me. Just leave me in the pan and just stir frying myself. So I think that today actually is much cooler than that days. So I think that's a once of a time experience to experience such high temperature during the months ago, and it's about continuously about a half month for about 40 degrees high temperature. So I must say I shall salute to those outdoor laborers, those janitors, those workers, and traffic police, and salute to all of them to respect. Because of them, they made our city a better place, and without all the cooling stuffs, and they just make a dedication for ourselves. So salute to them. So back now it's about become much cooler right now. So and it's the end of the September. So in China we have the National Day holidays. So I got some plans when the weather is cool. Maybe I'll go out for some, for the ocean, to go to the shore, see some beach and surf the waves. I think for me, I love those island, those ocean views. I think it's compared with the Chongqing, these mountain views, it's totally different. So maybe next week I'm gonna spend my National Day holidays and on the ocean front and see some magnificent sunset. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have some holiday plans. If you have, we'd like to please share with us. Leave a comment. We'd like to know where were you planning to go to. So and I hope you guys enjoy the autumn view, because the October is the best season to travel. Yeah, and hope you have a chill holiday vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same. Just like Julia said, the summer is too hot this year, and I believe we have really hot summer somewhere like around 2021, right?
Yeah.
And that time was really hot, but I feel this summer is almost the same. And because let's see, just like Julia said, we had like 40 degrees a couple days ago. And now I believe today is like 35 degrees, right? But we feel much cooler. So it's like really like a Chongqing people's talent. Once you hit like 40 degrees and once it gets like a bit cooler, you feel like it's really cool outside. You don't feel like the heat anymore. So just like they said, I don't really went out those like 2 months because of the weather, I think. And it's probably and like a lot of people were doing so, right? Because it's too hot to go outside. So I feel there's like a way to say, let's see, we are spending a lot of time on the internet, on social media, and I feel it's really interesting and saying how people on social media are presenting themselves, like how they thought, or maybe like how they're like what their talents are or what their experience are. So it's really like interesting to see, and there's really like something really funny happening on the social media. So there's a social media app called 小红书. It's probably like the most famous one recently in Chinese platform, right? And one day, one of my friends sent me a post. It's really funny because someone wrote a obituary for their Nintendo Switch.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Obituary.
And it's something like today with great sorrow, and we are here to say farewell to my most precious companion, the Switch. So I think we have like a picture to show you guys. So the comments are really hilarious because someone was saying like, how about donating its organs? So it's actually referring to its Joy-Con controller, the one you click on it. So it's really removable, right? And it's really easy to break. So they probably say, oh, you should donate to someone else who are using it. And some people are commenting with those picture with those Joy-Con the covers saying like hats off to really show their respect or their sorrow with those dead Switch, right? So it's really interesting, and to saying let's see, it's not boring when you are staying at home right now, because I feel back to maybe like few years ago, you don't have much stuff on the internet. You're probably spending time on video games or books or TV shows, but you have like more options for me, at least for me, right? So it's really interesting, and imagine how people are showing all those trending topics online, and we could share like how we thought about those topics together. It's really like a really nice trend for us to see. So I feel like this summer is really interesting, even I don't really go out. Yeah,
that's true.
So I think we are having like a little tiny break. So, and let me tell you, we have like a really special guest today. So we will welcome her once we having back this break.
Yeah, so stay tuned with us, guys. We'll bring you a more diversified and cultural experience right now. Yeah. Welcome back. I'm Julius. So we are so happy, super happy to have our first guest, FIFA, here. So FIFA, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi everyone, my name is FIFA. I'm from Madagascar and I'm a master's student in at Southwest University.
So FIFA, welcome here, FIFA. So hope you enjoyed today's topic. So with the globalization and the development of internet and social platform, the culture becoming more and more closer and blending with each other. So today, especially for young people in the China, this generation Z generation Y, how do we keep up an open mind with all this incoming culture, and at the same time to cherish our own traditional culture? That's a very meaningful topic and profound. Today we're gonna talk deep and discuss about this. So for me, I think recently a very famous game and well-known game like Black Myth Wukong is becoming popular all around the world. I don't know if you guys heard about this. So for me, I just focused this since the 2020s, just the first trailer of this Black Myth Wukong. So when I about a month ago, I start to play this, and I think this is the first. Before that, this is the first Chinese company ran and company made this AAA game inside China. So it makes a lot of topic around the internet. So I just played it, and I think all the generations, including Generation Z, are focusing, paying more attention on this game. So especially for some set of the screen of the game were originally from the Chongqing Dazu, the Dazu rock carving. So it draws a lot of attention of our colleagues and our players, and even from our leaders. The
because
Yeah.
from the video game, it's like really like sort of mimic the real place, and people find like they went to the Datsura carving and posting comparing the video games and what they took on this thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like really good.
But
It's okay.
I'm so surprised that I've been there and I'm so excited to see how's the game and I want to know about it. Wow.
You should check it out.
Yeah, you should check it out. Yeah.
We will show you later.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
No problem. We got some. Okay, so if you want to visit Dazu World Cavern, you can play the Black Myth Wukong 1st. You can give yourself a virtual tour
Right.
on the Dazu World Cavern. When you go to the real place in Dazu, you may feel like, wow, I have been there before, just in a game. I think it's a very unique experience, right? So, and back to the topic, I just brought that game, and I took my PlayStation into the companies. It was the first time that I just can bring some video gamer game into the company, and under the I was surrounded by all my colleagues and leaders, and they just want to see me how to play with this game. This is really, I think, it's unusual experience.
Yeah.
No one can in China actually. You can't play a computer game during work, right? But I just play that, and all all my colleagues will love that game. So it was.
And you did it in the meeting room.
Yeah, I doing that
so
in the
weird.
meeting room. I just plug in that with our big screen, the large screen, about for usually for our presentation. But that day I was playing a video game in front of the large screen. It was really, I don't know, it's unusual. It's very
Yeah, and I
unusual.
feel like a lot of colleagues were really interesting on that day, like seeing it published and everyone come to see those video games.
Yeah, it's really unexpected that a lot of people was interested in that game just because of its the had a great presentation of our Chinese culture
Yes.
about Journey to the West. You may heard of that. Some of you guys may heard of this big classic novels in China, The Journey to the West. So I think this is a great improvement of this game and also for our culture to present such a good platform for all of for gamers and lovers all over the world. So back to that topic that I was playing that with our colleagues. So it just they just remind me of a old days of my school when I was in middle school. That the same as I was playing some videos with my classmates. But that day was very different because we are playing some, not the game from China, just from, I would say from the from other countries. So it was totally different. I was interested. There's a game that named like Assassin's Creed by Ubisoft. Some of guys may heard of. The second part of this game was the story based on the Renaissance time in Italy.
Oh,
So
wow.
this game was English subtitles. Sorry guys, I just downloaded it from because of the copyright. I just downloaded it from the internet, so I played it only with English subtitles. So, but for a middle school student, it was so difficult to get to know the whole details, get to know the story, especially for those culture background. So, but I just made it. I just looked up through all the dictionaries and
Really?
guess all the meanings, especially for some Italian accent in the game.
Really?
Yeah. So it was. I'll tell you what. It was that time I just found how great Italian culture is because of a game, because of a French company made game. Yeah, speaking English but tells the story about Italian.
Their comments are coming up like
Yeah.
Benjamin just said, video games are like history class. Totally agree with you.
Yeah. That's true. That's why we need this Chinese game because they are presenting more and more Chinese history to the global audience. I think it's a very good chance for all of us to relearn and learn some history and the stories behind this game, its culture behind this games, right? So about this Assassin's Creed game, I think it made me feel like, wow, how did a game can bring me so much, can give me some real knowledge about a culture. So just because of this game, I love that Italian culture. I know some famous cities in Italy like Florence, Rome, Venice. All this, I just feel like I was there before. So and all the famous historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci, like Medici, and like all of this Machiavelli. That's all these historical figures. I can know it from a game, from a single game. So I think it's quite remarkable that a game can bring rose all of this contents from you and bring you interested, just indulge you into this culture context. So it's very remarkable. So I think our game can. I hope our game can make such great influence that make our Chinese culture, traditional culture, especially for these classic novels, to influence more and more. Our global audience can, because of a game, you can know how to Chinese buildings, you can know the Chinese cultures, you can know Chinese traditional customs, and all of this can become because of a game. So I think this is quite remarkable of this Black Myth Wukong, and I think there's more and more games coming up, and to show you guys how the Chinese people do in this for this culture things. Yeah.
Yeah, Ken just said, first thing, his first video game was Tong on my Atara 400.
Atari. Oh, Atari. Well, that's very.
What is that?
Atari is
You
a
play
very.
a lot of video games.
No, it's a very,
Yeah.
very. I think it's quite nostalgic things, vintage things about video game, like like Nintendo, something else. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
Atari.
Okay.
Yeah, I would play that once, but when I was very young, my father had that kind of things, I think. So
Okay.
yeah.
And he also said you have to talk to Mr. Ponte. He's there near you.
Oh,
He's an Italian war traveler.
yeah, I know
Wow.
Ponte. Yeah, we were. He's
It's
some
a
influencer.
YouTuber influencer.
Yeah, influencer
Oh,
came to
really?
Chongqing, and I love his videos. It's cool. So maybe one day we'll invite him. Just join us for this tour. Yeah, this
Thank you.
GenZ tour. Thank you so much. So back to the topic. I think how do we manage this culture, influence our own traditional culture from our grounding background, I think. So how do we manage to such influence when the outcoming cultures is influencing us, and by the side our traditional culture is influencing us too? So just I think because of the internet and this social platform, the Hollywood movies, those animation, the Japanese animation, the comics, the pop music, and these gaming things have a profound influence for our generation, especially for Generation Z. I think the millennials. So this has reached our world, right? I think it's reached our school times. When I was reading, when I was in the campus, I think all of these movies, these games are really meaningful to me. But I think right now, so this you can see these classic movies on the screens, right? The Forrest Gump, one of my favorite movies. I think, but it's the Transformers. I think it's the first Hollywood made really movies in my primary school time. Yeah.
Right.
And the Lord of the Rings, my favorite, man. This is I think this is a really our favorite.
Also mine.
Oh, you watch Lord of the Rings too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is so good. The Return of the King. Yeah. Oh, never tired of watching this. I watched this almost tens of times, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the two towers is perfect. Yeah, the Saruman, the white. Yeah, I love them. And just and so maybe we are also influenced by some pop singers, right, from the Western media, the Western country, like Justin Bieber. I don't know if you love.
Swiftie.
Yeah. Taylor Swift and some Michael Jackson is one of my favorites. I think his songs truly have some love and peace in his mind. Yeah, so I think this is a very great and reach our I don't know reach our values and our perspective of this world. But it comes to some point that we also have some profound traditional culture. So how do we manage to balance this traditional culture and this Western, I would say, pop cultures? So it be I think it would be a very dilemma. I don't say dilemma. It's a tricky things to keep that in mind. That from very young age we have some Chinese Mandarin class. I don't know if you know that, the 语文. Yeah. So from the very young age we have to reset the poem like Li Bai from Li Bai. I still remember the first poem I learned was 静夜思 from Li Bai. I think it's the greatest poetist in our Chinese history. I think from my point of view. Yeah. So actually, I believe the most of Chinese kids have learned the 静夜思.
Even me.
The first poem.
Our Chinese as
I'm
like a
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. So this is I think this is a kind of as equal as those pop cultures for the traditional cultures in our mind. That those those meaningful traditional poems, those songs, those cultures can influence as well, right?
Yeah.
So this culture behind those words, those lines, those verses are really just in our blood. Yeah, right.
I was really interesting. Like, how do you learn those points?
Yeah.
It was on my first year learning Chinese. We have to know Chinese culture and also Chinese philosophy, I think. So so I know a few Chinese poets like Du Fu,
Yeah.
Li Bai, and others. So that's
So you were like learning in Chinese or like in, let's say, English, how those like points meaning?
Oh, when I was in my country, we use French.
Oh,
Yeah,
you use
because
French?
it's
Oh.
our official language. But when I came here, it's full Chinese.
So you know like those points by French? Sort of?
Yeah, yeah, I can explain the meaning.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you still remember some point?
I remember the 两岸
Yuan
Yuan
Oh, that's from
Yeah,
Dubai.
yeah,
Especially in Chongqing. Yeah,
yeah,
the
the 三峡,
Sanxia,
right?
yeah, very gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really,
And-
really cool.
I also know there is a tower that is a very famous tower that Li Bai wrote the poem about it. I don't remember the name. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. We yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, there's some.
Yeah.
We don't.
You
Yeah.
Everything.
Wow.
because it's kind of challenging to learn the
Yeah.
ancient Mandarin. Actually, they have different meanings and different vocabularies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
With ancient Chinese.
I think it's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really excellent for you to learn such things. And you
Right.
speak very well Chinese, I think.
I've been learning Chinese for 8 years.
Wow, 8 years.
Yeah,
Why we speak so long?
Okay.
So it's getting
Don't
quiet. I'm
shy,
quiet.
don't shy.
So, did you went to the street gorge, by the way?
No, not yet.
Oh, I feel like, because for me, if I heard foreign people like learning those traditional culture and they are, let's say, there are some points like writing about these street gorges, so it will be
Yeah.
really interesting, let's say, to visit there because it's really beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, one day
Really?
Yeah.
we can come.
I can't wait to see there.
Yeah,
Actually, I have never been there.
me too.
Really?
Oh, we are talking about traditional culture. Who is talking about traditional culture?
I mean, I might be the weird one because I feel people in Chongqing almost went to street gorges like their very young age. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
because we have like those writing class during primary school and we're like writing like weekly topic, and I heard a lot of people wrote they went to street gorges during the weekend. It's like a short trip, right?
Oh.
But I don't get a chance. I don't know why.
I'll get it one day.
One day
We will
we'll
get it,
have some
probably.
in the Street gorgeous, maybe.
Yeah, I think we could do that. It's really
Yeah.
interesting, and it's in Chongqing area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned with us, guys. Stay follow his subscribe button, and we will make you view the gorgeous view of Three Gorges, and
Yes.
show you how beautiful Chongqing is.
And it's really popular on our Instagram account
Oh,
when we're
yeah.
posting something about street gorges. It's really like attracting people around the world.
You can search on the YouTube and or TikTok the
Yeah.
clips, like like sharp, very sharp.
Yeah.
clips. So it's really magnificent, I think.
And they have manpo sleeves during
Oh,
like
yeah,
autumn
yeah,
season.
Really?
Especially
Yeah.
this season, right?
Yeah, it's coming like I think
Autumn?
maybe next month
Oh,
or
next
so.
month?
Maybe
October.
next month.
Yes, really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's something
Wow.
you should
Yeah.
try,
Yeah, we have
including me.
Yeah. We're gonna try it. So in China, we have a scene like golden October, golden autumn, like things.
Mhm.
It's just in the because those maple leaves,
Mhm.
right? It's golden and red and golden.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very impressive to see. So maybe one day we'll show you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jesse,
So I feel it's just like Julius, how like sharing things, we were really influenced by different cultures around the world, and maybe because like I'll say how the culture developed in different country was different, right? So we receive like information, maybe something from the Europe area or something American, like all around the world, I would say. But like the aspect or how we know those things are different. And I feel as like a Generation Z, we see the changes during those like cultural development, right? So I feel there's like really one personal experience I see the change because back like 7 years ago, I was like really preparing things to leave the country because I did my bachelor at United States. So I had like they have like things like you have to do like a packing list. Say you are studying abroad, right? So you have to pack everything you could or like something that's necessary to bring. So I feel that's every foreign student do, right?
Yeah, I think it's a must. It's an important thing.
Yeah, because you feel secure like when you have like a list to check you bring everything you need or everything that people say you should bring, right? So I mean, saying those regular items people are saying you should bring, at that time I was really surprised. They are telling me I have to bring a qipao. So it's so it's like a Chinese traditional dress. Yes. So I think it's somewhere around, let's see, during like the 97 or 19 time we were like there's qipao really gets really popular. And but at that time I was really shocked because I don't feel it's like a common dress you wear on a daily basis, right?
It's weird to see actually it's weird to see on the street.
Yeah, I have to say it's somewhat weird during like 7 or 8 years ago in China. And but people were explaining that you have like a lot of school organized activities back there and probably should just wear a bit formal to show like to join those like school activities. And qipao sounds like really like the perfect choice because it's formal and it represents sort of Chinese culture to the like the general public. So and for qipao you have to make that one. You have to went to like you have to tailor it because it's like making a suit. So and it's really expensive, I have to say.
A silk, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Never seen.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful, honestly, but it feels weird for me, or let's say uncomfortable, because it's not what I wore during that time. It's tight.
It's just you in a. It's just shackle you in a.
Right. Because that's like the dress back then. Yes, and you have to move really like slightly, so because the skirt was really tight, and but it's really turns out. When I wouldn't arrive at States, they don't have such occasion. You have to wear a qipao. So that qipao, like just like putting in my closet for like 6 years, and I haven't worn it ever since.
What a shame.
Yeah, but
See,
and it's really beautiful because they have like those hand painting and drawing on the skirt, and some it's like I believe mine was like a little girl holding a pipa. It's like a Chinese music.
Chinese guitar.
Yeah, Chinese
guitar.
So it's like really presenting a lot of Chinese traditional culture. And I feel that at that time, it's like really like a tag for the qipao to presenting. It's like, it's a way to presenting the traditional culture. It's really full of purpose, I have to say. So, but thinking back of this like story, I was thinking like, why would I bring that qipao to study abroad? Because it's not like dress I like, so I wouldn't wear it on a daily basis. So I want to ask Viva, I feel you because you are studying in China, right? So if you like your experience that's really useful to bring to China.
Yeah, for me, I have I brought a lot of seasoning, vanilla,
Wow.
something that I can't find in here because we
Oh.
have a different, I say, food culture. Like
That's true.
So I can't find a lot of seasoning here. So my mom just tell me to bring all things I need to cook. Like I have a ton, and I also brought a dress and some stuff from my country because here our college like to organize some activities that relate to international culture. So because I study in international college, so we have a lot of activities. So I think it's one of the best thing I did to bring that dress because I use it. Like I use it
I see.
even if it feel like uncomfortable or a little bit weird because it's the traditional one. Like, but I really need it, and thanks to my mom to tell me that I should
To bring.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good way to show the cultural diversity by those
Yes.
costumes, right? I know there's maybe some like stereotype, but sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
To call like traditional
Yes.
costume. Yeah.
Some of my our audience are really interested about Meng Die. And
Really?
we typed your name on our screen, and we wanted to know your name. We wanted to remember you, and maybe you can show your path from your account.
Oh,
later
on
from
TikTok.
our social
Yeah.
media.
We'll talk about that later.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
You're welcome.
Kind, so an interesting person.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Say, and more people prefer Han food nowadays.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of like beautiful girls there.
They have like traditional affair market in Yangtze.
我们的中学在这种节日过得还挺热闹的，结果看完了这边其实还挺冷的。
I don't know. There's like trending. They'll get more and more.
Draws my attention about Han folks. I really want to wear one.
You want?
Yeah, I don't, but I don't have one. I just want to. Maybe one day when I was some ceremonial occasion, maybe I'll make one. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Those ropes and those I don't know long hairs. Especially in those TV series, you may see that. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty with a cultural connotation in it, and some in some time it's feel you. It gonna make you yourself feel you are in this culture, so you are belong to this culture. So
Yes.
this is very, very cool about Hanzi. So as you said, you bring seasoning in this in China. So what kind of seasoning are you bringing?
I brought essential oil that
We
maybe
never heard of.
yeah, the ilang ilang is a I think a tree that is
Oh.
smells very good, and you can.
You can bought it in the China, even in Taobao, right?
I don't know if I can find it in Taobao. I've
Oh.
never looked, and also cassava leaves. A lot of things that
Okay.
I can't find here.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
I love when you eating you add some unique seasoning into your dishes. I think it's really I don't know, the aroma of the food is really a good thing to
Yeah.
with so much seasoning. And that remind me of thing, some of international students bring lao gan ma when they go abroad to learning. So I think that's one kind of ways to showing people overseas about the Chinese culture, food culture, right? The food culture about some unique seasoning in China, and we like what I said, lao gan ma, some I don't know, some sauce, right? Some
It's like
soy,
a chili sauce,
yeah,
but
chili
not
sauce.
not so spicy.
Yeah, not so spicy, but perfect match for the rice noodles and the rice. I think although I know some Chinese market have that in America,
Yes.
but there's still like a friend of mine brought about dozens of bottles of Laogama into America. So I think that's a very good that's a very good way to.
Are you referring to yourself, not
No.
your friend?
I think this is a good way of how
Yeah.
he shared of those dishes, those delicious, I say local special Chinese special sauce to his roommate and someone else. I think that's one way to, to just put our Chinese food culture all around the world. I think that's one good way. And beside that, I think he also told his roommate about Chinese TV series, some Chinese movies, some Chinese, some Chinese animations, good animations. So I think sometimes the younger generation like us, the Gen Z, also are just spread our Chinese traditional culture spontaneously to those foreign friends. So I think it's a very good way for us to, doing this spontaneously by ourselves.
Yeah.
Not saying that our traditional culture is not saying that our traditional good is traditional culture is wow. I'm so shy about my own culture. It's not. In our generation, we are so proud of this to share with you. I don't know if you like it, but I'll share with you. Maybe you like it. Then I think it's really good things to share our just blend with our culture. Yeah. with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
And
this is-
I think we saw this change through those Qipao story because especially on Chinese social media, you could see a lot of people are sharing their graduation ceremony or those graduation photos wearing those traditional clothes, especially Hanfu, right? So it's not really common, say back couple years ago, and we have like a graduation video we want to show you guys. They are wearing the handful of those traditional clothes to foreign college. I think that one. Yeah, I feel people are really feeling proud and liking those stuff. And
小红书
for example, I'm not sure if it's happening like all around the world, but in United States, their graduation ceremony, they have like a part of the ceremony is to decorate your graduation caps.
Oh.
So they put like a lot of decorations, and usually it's like saying you are class of 2024, let's say, and say, oh, thanks mom, thanks dad, stuff. But now you could see those traditional or like say Chinese style graduation cap or traditional clothes, and they are even on those like school social media account. As you can see, I think that one was from New York University. People were taking those photos together.
I love those
Yeah.
ropes.
Yeah, and they're just really proud, and you can see those traditional clothes or those cultures were getting like a broader appreciation.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
kind of like understand those beauty, and I feel it's because a lot of people starting liking those stuff, and so that there's like a lot of attraction going around. Like people are starting to know the stuff, even you don't really like those kind of clothes, but you get to know those information. Oh,
Yeah.
that's getting popular. That's getting, like, say, recognized by a lot of people, even like foreign people, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, our dear friends, if you have some similar experience or some ideas, please leave a comment. We are happy to share about your share.
Somebody is asking, does Mungye like hot pot soup? Do you enjoy eating hot pot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I really like hot pot. It's one of my favorite dishes. Yeah, it's really
You
Cool.
could do spicy stuff.
yeah. Yeah, but not too spicy because Chongqing spicy level is very different. High
I'm
level.
a Chongqing local, but I'm not a Chongqing local.
Oh.
She's from Chongqing. I'm from the northern part of China. But I think Chongqing style levels of this spicy is really burning my tongue.
Yeah,
I
but
think yeah.
yeah,
It's,
I like it.
yeah. I just stayed here for about 8 years, and the first year I just eat once of papa because it's too hot, too spicy.
Really?
And now I just finished papa last week. Yes, I think papa is when you stay here longer, the more love you about this traditional papa.
Okay, how about let's take a break and
Yeah.
Guys.
the video.
Yeah.
我们的中秋节节日过得还挺热闹的，别的别玩了，这边其实还挺有趣的。
直接从这儿对的，而且我发现
接下来我们深入探讨一下，那不是你的吗
我先
？OK。
Are we good? So welcome back, guys. I'm Julius, and this is Jessy, and this is FIFA. We are super happy to present you this Inside Chinese Gen Z, the second episode, dive deep into our traditional culture and face the opportunity all around the world, how this culture work and the confidence about ourselves. So just back to our studio, we'll see that diving deep into this topic about why Gen Z becoming more and more, attention draws their attention to our own traditional culture. And I think this is a kind of open questions about Gen Z, about this culture, because someone may just feel curious about our own culture, and someone just feel, wow, I think this is our tradition. I must to learn something of this. I think all of this perspective are not wrong. So I think this hunts for this calligraphy, this key art, this. And cultural background and meaning. So as a young Chinese people, actually, it's very hard for young generation to draw their attention about this I don't know, the Asian stuff, the old stuff when I was young. But recently, because of those TikTok things, all of these short videos, a lot of the content creators are making this more and more fun and have some some interesting stuff into this traditional culture. So we are becoming more and more. I would like to say, I would love to learn some traditional culture things because of this. So just like Jessy said about decades ago, maybe there's a very little amount of people would wear hanfu or qipao on the street. Now you can almost sit in every sightseeing, especially in in Chongqing, you can see Cijikou. You can go to the Chaotianmen. There's a lot of girls wear the beautiful hanfu, and
在荷兰浩大点亮世界汉服地图。
of course made some more and more incomes for those culture tour, for travel and tourism. So I think this is a very good way to promote these things.
Yes, because I feel for younger generation, when they are explore all those let's say their culture from their country, they who could find more like something fun or doing in a more creative way. Because just like we are talking about, because the social media become more and trendy, and it actually provides people to provide say a way to express themselves, right? So it's kind of like showing things you like or something like that. It's like really inclusive information gathering place, I would say, right? Then people starting use those social media or those short videos to present or like showing their culture or the culture they love, even it's not like from where they originally from. So we know Viva is actually running her own TikTok account.
Yeah.
And she posts a lot of things about study in Chongqing. So why don't you show us, like we have like one video that is
we love to.
saying how Viva were doing on her TikTok, and maybe we could help her telling us like how did she do it and how everything goes.
Actually, I'm doing vlogs like an international student in China vlog, and I don't have particularly niche, or I'm not planning to be a content creator. I'm just doing it for fun. Experience the good ones and the bad ones when I first come abroad, because it was my first time leaving my country. So I wish I had someone to know about, like to share, and someone to guide me how to do things and stuff. So that's why I'm sharing. I'm just helping if I can. And also I think Chinese culture is a very unique culture. So I like to share in what I see in our college, in the street, and people are curious about it because they've never seen something before like this before. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's a very good point. That some people you can bring your own country into we blend with the Chinese culture. Let more Chinese people know your country and your culture. I think this is a very good point. That culture is meant to blend with each other and become more and more closer to each other. So I think it's if those international students bring their own culture to the country they study, I think from time to time it will be more great and get to know each other more. I think.
Because I feel just like Viva said, she isn't really meant to be like a content creator, right? It's just all about sharing things on social media. And because maybe I'll see the difference between cultures and things happening in China would be really interesting, especially from a international student's perspective, because maybe something we feel it's really normal. Let's see. I don't know, because we see things differently, but she could like really share like what she saw, and I believe like there's like a lot of interaction going on her platform, right? I heard you post like videos about like responding to people's comments and answering those questions, right?
Yeah, because I have a lot of countrymates that want to come to China to study. So they're asking about culture, about how is everything here, how interaction, and about some sensitive subject. So I responded in the comments, the Q&A, to all of the people that want to come to China and interested in Chinese culture. So I share what the little that I know. So yeah.
Guys, if you want to study in China, just feel free to ask FIFA.
Yeah, but anything.
Yeah, for anything. I think if you want to going to study abroad, China is a very good place to study. It has a rich culture and it's very inclusive. And you can just come to Chongqing, guys. Chongqing is a perfect place and beautiful cities, the mountain and the rivers. You can just find us in Chongqing, right?
I can confirm.
Yeah. Just don't be hesitate. Just go to China and come to Chongqing,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, you could also like asking question on her account if you guys have anything, especially for like you want to know as like from a foreigner perspective, because
Yeah.
I feel maybe they have something concerned that we couldn't really help to answer those
Yeah.
questions, right? Because you actually experience everything now because you stay there for 5 years already, so it's like really like an expert, right? So you guys don't miss this chance.
We are pushing FIFA to a content creator.
So yeah, I feel just like going back to those topic, saying traditional culture or just culture itself, it spreads on a daily basis, and people are starting to like saying skip those things to actually making for those identity stuff, but it just really purely love those culture or love those stuff and trying to accepting it, and it's really smooth, right? Because we experience it, and it's just not weird to see everything going and developed in this way. Just we were saying they have like those Asian towns or something like that. You could rent those traditional clothes and for photos, and it's really special, making those travel experience unique. And we do see like foreign like YouTuber influencer, I believe someone is actually wearing those traditional clothes.
Jack Tour.
Oh,
and
right.
Sophia. Yeah. If you guys are watching it,
Yeah, you could check out those
Yeah.
their vlog on YouTube.
On YouTube, Jack Tour and Sophia. I think they have a wonderful experience during their stay in China and experience those Hanfu. And I think they are quite impressive about those traditional culture experience.
Yes, and it's common in worldwide because like
Yeah.
let's say if you went to other country, I know if you went to traveling to Japan, you have like kimono to wear, and it's really popular. You see everyone wearing it, so it provides like a unique experience to sort of add like a sense of flavor to your traveling, and it provides you like a really good memory for that. I'll say, right?
That's true.
So I mean, it's like a way to experience traditional culture in different country. We see people around the world love or wanted to know like how other countries cultures were developed, right? So it's really getting close and lively to our life, like daily life. So I feel it's really immersed in our daily life now. So I mean, from what I know, at least in China, we offer like a lot of opportunity for international students to know those traditional culture. As for I know, this year during the Dragon Boat Festival, Chongqing University had the international student to experience Dragon Boat and experience making those traditional
to show you the ancient traditional
activities.
festival.
And we have like a video
Dragon Boat
showing you
Festival.
guys.
So
You
come
could
along
check it out.
and I
It's
will
like
show
really
you
short
what this
videos.
festival is all about. Please follow me.
Tasheng Town is located within Chongqing's Yubei district. The Yulin River runs across the entire area, while Mingyue Mountain is picturesque and pleasant, providing good agricultural production conditions and a natural ecological environment. Dragon Boat racing is a team paddling competition, an important activity during the Dragon Boat Festival. It is a ritual of dragon worship from ancient times, a lingering custom. The town of Tasheng has been marking the Dragon Boat Festival with a Dragon Boat race for the past 2 years.
So after watching the race, I was feeling really energetic. So I wanted to try this. So I'm here with one of these boats, and I'm going to try to race it with my Chinese friends. So as you can see.
More about
Daytime, we have like various topics for each live stream, and I feel like if I would invite her back again.
Oh, it's foreigners. I thought it was Chinese. About competition.
No, it's I think they're all students from Chongqing University.
I just got out of the boat. It was a really crazy feeling. I thought that we almost were going to win the race, but no.
Like for FIFA, do you have like similar activity holding on like Southwest University?
Unfortunately, we don't have the boat competition, but we had a similar on the Mid Autumn Festival. We did the moon cake with our teachers, and they teach us how to flavor it. You can put salty and sweet inside.
Oh, you
and
made a mooncake.
Yeah.
Wow, to be honest, we have never made that.
It was really interesting, and then I love the sweet potato one because it's sweet and it's delicious. And we have a lot of similar experience in our university at our university. Also, we have the International Culture Festival.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, it's also very trendy and popular in Douyin and anywhere.
Yes. When
Yeah.
was that like held in your university?
The international maybe November or December. Every year we have this. So you're welcome. You're welcome to join.
It's like a fair where all those international students are gathering based on their culture, right?
Food and clothing.
And they have like those plays showing like their cultures and food and music. So it's like a festival for all those international students in the university.
Yeah, and there are also Chinese culture. Like they're selling those Chinese small stuff, traditional ones, and you can exchange. Like you have a fake passport, and then you can change the ticket for one stuff. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Well, experience that next time. Yeah, next time.
Yeah, we could go. We could go for that.
Yeah, we can do in live stream.
Yeah,
And
it will be fun.
It's really fun, and I think I don't know if other countries hold those activities for international students, right?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting, and maybe it's like a really good choice if you are trying to study in China.
Yeah, if you're actually studying in China, you can bring your cultural things, and you can just come here to communicate with all of those international students and the Chinese students. And I believe all the Chinese students love to embrace those foreign I don't say foreign culture, some that culture things. I think all the students would love that to share with them. Yeah. And just as Viva said, all those when we get to know each other, our culture become more and more diversified. And from that point, I think this is a kind of base, and I think it's a milestone for our generation, for Generation Z, to build our cultural confidence based on that, and show it to the world. I think it's not only the traditional culture we were talking about, but also the modern culture of China also be a big part for us to showing to the world. So especially combine with those traditional culture like like TikTok, Instagram, and those social platform with high technologies with traditional Chinese ideal things, traditional Chinese things. So I think it's a good way to let our foreign friends to know about Chinese culture. So with their creative things and their efforts, I think those friends from overseas can get to know the China, the culture of China, both on the traditional side and the modern side. And And I think this you have something to share.
Yeah, I feel this development or those change also like representing like something like it's really broader, like on the consumer behavior basis,
Yeah.
right? Because if saying when we were really like young age, when we went to travel, and for me, I like to buy souvenirs during my trip. So
Yeah.
at that time, the common souvenir would be something like a magnet or something like postcard,
Postcard.
right? But it's really like common or things you can see everywhere in the country. It's just like something like a special landmarks and with the place's name stamped on it.
Yeah.
So it's just normal, I would say. But it just I don't know, it just don't really feel really unique or special.
Not too creative.
Yeah. But I feel, and when we're doing this, I did some research. So since the reform and opening up, China's cultural and creative design has gone through really several ages. So back to the 1970s, and it was really basic, meaning those just like consisting craft and traditional elements, just like that, right? So it's if you are saying at now, you will say it's a little bit lack of innovation or it's not so creative, but there's some company really stuck to those traditional models, right? And since like let's say 2010, around that time, we have like incorporate those internet and digitalized into those design, and things become more creative, and they have like more inclusive and it was more like digitalized and putting those technology, into those cultural design, making it more like diverse or even smart. Look, so it's like saying, as for now, we have like virtual reality, VR, and artificial intelligence, AI stuff, to making those be more like providing more possibility in general. I mean, from like broader curse. So you can see we have like cultural expos all over the world, and I think we are holding one this year in China. I feel it's really noticeable that there's increase in public interest, that more and more people are going to those expos and willing to say purchase those stuff, and they find it's really interesting. And for example, it's even popular for those IP icon for those international sports game. Let's say, I think last year we had like university games happening in Chengdu, right? And when we had like one of my colleagues went to there, right? She bought a lot of panda stuff, and she like, I think they hand those little toys on her backpack everywhere she goes, right? They had like, she had like a lot, and she also making a vlog about like how popular those products related are really getting popular in everywhere in Chengdu, and it's really hard to get one at that time, right? So I think it's really clear how people are recognizing and appreciating those values in general.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I feel there's speaking of though how unique all those products are developed, taking the Suzhou Museum for example, I think I went there like 5 years ago, and it's where actually this architecture is the designer called Bei Yuming. It's his last design in general.
Architect. Yeah, I know the Louvre Palace. What was?
He's the one. And at that time, their magnet was just like the overall like look for the building, and now they are trying to incorporate like say their precious like museum design and into those magnets. I think we have like one photos showing you guys the change.
Can be uploaded.
That's fine.
Maybe just skip it.
Yeah.
So we can see it's really getting popular recently, how those like museum products are developed, and it's really popular and people are just waiting in line to trying to get one.
Wow.
It's really popular. So
just like Jesse said, those combination of the Asian culture with the modern form, like architect, like VR, like AI things, like those virtual things. I think it's a very good start and very meaningful things to deal with those. It won't let you feel it's so old, it's so boring about
Yes.
traditional culture. It's make more. I think it's a give it a second chance, a second life to for young people, especially for millennials, to get to know the traditional culture, get to know those history behind these things, these souvenirs. So I think it's a very good experimental things to do with
yes,
that.
it's not like the historical relics. It just like sort of immersed in our
Yeah.
daily life, and
Yes.
you can see those really they have like characteristic design that making people are really interested in it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I'm not being a buzz killer here, but there's still some challenges right now about our culture, right? About this culture market. Yeah, so you guys may know that I was mentioned the Black Myth Wukong before, but before that, actually I don't think there's so much Chinese games or films or mm, products or famous all around the world. So it's only a start, but how this path will go or lead to us will be a question, I think, because of those in China the cultural thing is it's not only about culture, it's about economy and political things. It's about not only about ideological things, but I think we hope we gotta we gotta have a bright future about all of those cultural market things. So I don't know if there's I know there's some of famous films all around was awarded all around the world, but we still have lack some perfect. I don't see the blockbusters of movies. So we only have some traditional. I don't know movies, some very physiological some art movies into the world. So I think that will be a good question and challenges for the younger generation to push. How can we manage ourselves and to contribute ourselves to the culture market to make a more more well acknowledged things across the world, especially for the Western countries. I know we are criticized for some part, but how do we do in this game, movies, and the music? I think will be a question remain us and responsible for us. With the great power comes the great responsibility. So I think it's we can looking forward to this. I think through this, especially through this live stream, we can show you how the Chinese culture and modern culture, especially traditional culture and the modern culture, will be like in the next decades. I think it will be a good way for us to let you guys know how we manage to deal with our own culture, and we really sincerely hope that there's more and more people get to know our own culture and and get especially for those I don't know have a bias upon China. So I think it's a good way for them to know our own culture.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it's a great time for us to do this live stream, and we can communicate with each other and get to know more, and make our culture blend more and more and closer.
Yeah, because for me, when we're starting preparing this topic, I was trying to search online, and speaking of those cultural confidence, and I think it's more about saying people daily are posting a lot of those say articles. I don't know if it sounds like an article, and it's really well, but maybe that is more like a political side because it's for like a official to encouraging people. So but for me personally, I feel it would be a nice way to encourage people to sort of embracing all those culture together. So it's really like connecting with the things that makes who we are right now. So I guess it's like, speaking of international students or foreign visitors, we are always hoping to see people are embracing all those culture. It's not about tradition or modernity, right? It's like feeling proud of who we are, and even like probably to letting us or other people to know like where you come from. I feel it's everyone should do that. It's not only about like how Chinese culture should do, right? Because it's like for worldwide. So it's just embracing what the world has to offer to us. So I think that's the end of our main topic, right? So we will take like a really short break, and we will come back to our last
Final
section.
part.
The training part.
We're gonna release some video clips of this hotel.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thanks, Nicola. Oh, we are back. We are back. Oh, guys, welcome back, and that's welcome to the final part of our today's live streaming. So the final part will be the trending word of Chinese Gen Z. So actually, today's hottest word will be the hot. Like what I said from the beginning, the Chongqing has endured a lot of heat these days, a lot of high temperatures these days. So, but this came a lot of memes on the internet of the Chinese social platform like Xiaohongshu or something else. You can see the pictures maybe. If you don't, I'll translate that. It was in the Jiefengbei Square Plaza. That like on the screen was like you can post that.
Right.
Yeah. Just wait a minute. I'll show you what that does that mean. It's like a commercial, a billboard on the Chifame Plaza. It tell things about, actually, literally tell things about Chongqing is hot, but it's use a very satire and humor tone in Chongqing accent to tell. It's like, it's really hot today. How come you came to Chongqing to visit? It's really nice of you, good for you to Chongqing to visit such a under such high temperature. So it's really popular all around the social platform in China, and I think it's a really fun things that even for official things in China, those commercials, those big malls, they can use such humor tone to talk with us, talk with the tourists about this high temperature. I think it's a very special things in special characters in Chongqing people, that they are very humor, and they never hide to share this such satire tones with you. So maybe we'll never find out. So never find out. So I think that's our trending words. I know it's a bit quick, but if you get a chance, if you had a chance in summer, please come to Chongqing. You know what does that mean? It's hot. That mean, right? You're from Africa, and what
How
do
you feel?
How do you feel about those previous days?
It's quite funny because Chinese people and people all around the world say that Africa is the oldest, hottest
they thought.
continent.
Yeah.
But actually, I think Chongqing is hotter than my country and a lot of countries in Africa. So I think it's not the hot that burns your skin, but it's just the really hot and humid. But in our country, it's hot and it burns, like the sun is really near. So I think it's a good thing, but it's also
it's totally different hot, right?
Yeah.
Hot level. Yeah. In Chongqing, you got a humid. It's down and hot. It and more, feels more hot on your skin. So I think it's Chongqing level. There's a level, Chongqing levels hot. Maybe guys, you can come here to try.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
okay.
Never mind.
I feel it's really surprising for, people who live in Chongqing. It's really hot outside, but you still saw or heard like there's a lot of visitors during the summer. And I was really shocked, because I feel the temperature is too high outside. I just can't believe they actually went to all those sightseeing places.
Yeah.
Because it's about the city. It's very beautiful, and then even foreigners on TikTok, they saw me my video on about the Hongyadong. They said it's like an anime, like it's not real. So I think it's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I made a post on Instagram and saying like, people saying it's too hot outside, but because the summer is hot and the sky is clear, it's perfect for photograph. And I was asking like, if you guys are okay with those hot temperature outside, but enjoying the beautiful thing. And there's a lot of our followers saying like, it's really worse, but they're dying. So it's really interesting because for local people, we just choose to stay indoor, right? Because it's too hot. But the things in Chongqing because there's a lot of sightseeing places that are outdoors, just like Hongyadong, right? And I think one common place they will also it's like the Shancheng Xiang, the Shancheng Alley. It's also outdoor. So they're really trying a lot, making a lot of effort to visiting this place, and really, it's really nice and to see how this city is really getting popular in all over the world despite all those hot temperatures.
It's worth it.
They're saying it's worth it, but for local people, I just really surprised because
Because
it's hard to go outside.
Because local people used to it. It's not new thing to them, but
Yeah.
for other people, it's a really interesting thing.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I feel maybe they were really expecting Chongqing is that hot. But once they arrived, they had to because they already there, they had to spend the holiday there, right? So maybe they just have to go out.
Just give them once of a lifetime
Yeah.
in their travel. Yeah.
Because they are saying just like Julia and Vida said, it's like how the temperature is, the hot feeling is not the same. It's humid,
Yeah, it's humid.
but it's not like saying in the coastal area, for example, Guangzhou, they are humid too, but the sense of the heat and the temperature is way different.
Yeah, we got 2 rivers and the mountains, so it's be a perfect micro oven in Chongqing.
Yes.
A perfect hot pot, guys. Hot pot in Chongqing, and we are just the meat in that dishes. Yeah. So, I think that's all for our today's topic, right?
Yeah.
So,
we finally
now
had
you can
it.
see the
photos.
Yeah, you can see the photos. I just can't.
It's like 42度的.
It's like for the autumn in Chongqing is about 42 degrees, and all the people work on the street were all mature already. was bakery, always in the bakery. So that kind of things. I think it's a very human. And this is about. I don't know how to translate this. I don't know how to translate this. It's like this temperature is much more, vulnerable, more faithful than a man. And I know.
Let's promise.
Yeah, that's.
I remember another one that Chongqing is outside the earth. Like this is earth, and this is sun, and Chongqing is the sun. Yeah.
Chongqing is between us.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, ironic with use Chongqing's local special this satire and iconic tones to tell you that good for you. You come to Chongqing under such high temperature. This part is, I think, the most funny part. That the spring is have a vertical, and you can see the temperature of the lowest temperature of the day in this side. And it tells you about 20 degrees, and you see, wow, it's comfortable, right? It's not that hot. But when you around the corner, you can see the high temperature of the day. Actually, it's the Euro temperature of the day. It's about 40 degrees. So you just broke your dream. Your dream just broken under that numbers. So I think it raised some heated discussion around the Chinese platform. Just because weather, I think Chongqing is the only one, the city to become on the trending words around in the China.
I feel probably that's sort of the end of the live stream,
Yeah,
and we really appreciate everyone's sharing their thoughts. So maybe do you have any other things you want to share at the end of this live stream?
Yeah, about you said the game, new game.
Yeah.
I remember I have a classmate from Kazakhstan. She's a gamer. Hi, you can see this because I share the stuff to our class, and she said that a game. I don't remember the name, but it's sharing Chinese culture, and then she learned a lot of 成语 inside of the game, gaming, and there are a lot of opera personality, and you can choose your own, and it was really interesting. She said she's writing a thesis about it for a master degree, so I think it's a really good way to learn about culture.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. That you learn about different culture through a game. When you have a fun time, you learn something. I think that's a very perfect time. So I hope in the future we gonna make more and more those kind of culture experience things like game and movies and music and things stuff. We hope will make all the people all around the world to know the Chinese culture. And finally, I want to thank you, FIFA. Thanks for coming for our live streaming. You're very friendly, and what you talk about really good, and we love it.
Thank you for having
Our
me.
audience really love it. So thanks WCSU again, and thank Nicola Hotel for providing us such wonderful place to doing live stream. I love this place. I really want to
view is
do live stream
better.
here. Yeah. So thanks to all of you guys. Without your support, we can make this come true. So maybe I'll call it today.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone showing up in our live stream and interacting with us. And just don't forget follow our channels. And we have like a lot of platforms on social media. So just make sure you follow those
on X, Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. On the Instagram,
TikTok, Threads, everything. We have everywhere.
And thank you, Reporter by Media. Thank you, Alex, for all of this. Thank you. Without you, we can make this live. Yeah, so perfect. Thank you.
Thank
you, guys.
Okay, last question. Somebody's asking, when is the latest episode, next one of our show?
Oh, wow.
Maybe we can do a little trivia on that because you are going to talk about the
right.
Yeah, next time.
Maybe it's in the next one.
Yeah, in the October, maybe the end of the October. Maybe.
Yeah, just stay tuned. We want to know our exact date, but we are doing outside. I believe.
Yeah, we will show you the best part of Chongqing City is the night view. Yeah, the cyberpunk night view. You can see you may almost all have seen that on the TikTok things. So we'll show you more and more about.
We want to show you how like Chongqing local people enjoy their nightlife because it's really popular even in China. Chongqing's nights it's just like really chaos, right? It's just stay tuned.
Yeah, fabulous night. I'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
So shall we?